Hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to this week's edition of the Geeking Out podcast. I am the Athletic Geek, joined by Easy.
Are you ready for some war games?
Yeah, we are ready for War Games. This Saturday, WWE is bringing their version of War Games to pay-per-view, finally. But we figure instead of watching Nitro like we normally do, we're going to go back
Not
and
suffer.
I don't know if we're gonna. I wouldn't say we're gonna suffer on Nitro. I mean, Nitro has its good and bad points, but we are gonna look back at what many consider the best War Games match ever. It is the War Games match from WCW WrestleWar 1991. It is. While I'm not a don't put all of my stock into Dave Meltzer ratings. It is a Dave Meltzer 5-star match. And it is a traditional War Games match in the sense that there is, well, it's done more like Blood and Guts. Or Blood and Guts is done.
I was going to ask, is this the one that's got like the pinfalls, or once everyone's in the ring, the only way to win is someone quits?
Yeah. Basically, okay. AEW Blood and Guts is what War Games is supposed to be.
Okay.
Where it's everybody gets in there, and then the match beyond begins, and then it's submit or surrender. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Without.
Okay, so you can make your opponent tap out then, back in these rules.
Yeah, you don't really tap out, but it's like say I quit or I give up. You know.
Okay.
They didn't really do much tapping out in the old days. They just kind of like shook their head yes that they submitted. You know, so yeah, this, like I said, this match takes place at WCW WrestleWar 1991. If you'd like to follow along with us, go to Peacock, go to WrestleWar.
And you're going to have to click fast forward on this one.
Yeah, you have to click fast forward to a specific timestamp because we are only going to cover the War Games match, not the whole pay-per-view. But we will give a little bit of a deep dive of what the pay-per-view was real quick. You have, for the WCW 6-Man Tag Team Championship, Ricky Morton, Tommy Rich, and the Junkyard Dog defeating the Big Cat and the State Patrol of Lieutenant James Earl Wright and Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. You have Bobby Eaton versus Brad Armstrong. I'm not. You have a Japanese women's tag team match. I apologize. I'm just not gonna. I haven't seen these women compete, so I'm not gonna butcher their names. Dustin Rhodes versus Buddy Landell. The Young Pistols of Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers defeating the Royal Family of Jack Victory and Rip Morgan. Terry Taylor versus Z-Man Tom Zink. Vader versus Stan Hansen. Lex Luger versus Dan Spivey for the U.S. Championship. The Freebirds for the Tag Team Championship of Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes versus Doom of Butcher and Ron Simmons. And finally, the match we are going to watch. The Ford Horsemen and Larry Zbyszko. Ric Flair, Barry Windham, Sid Vicious, and Larry Zbyszko versus Sting, Brian Pillman, and the Steiner Brothers. So this is considered to be one of the best War Games matches ever. Follow along to the timestamp, and it is a very specific timestamp of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 26 seconds. We are looking at a picture right now of Jim Ross, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and a young fan. That is the spot where we are starting. Go ahead and get that queued up. And go ahead and press play now.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Ross on WCW.
He was in NWA WCW for quite a while. I think starting in like 87, 88, I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, are you having a good time here at WrestleWar?
No.
We want you to go back to your front row seat because because we're getting ready to have the war games here.
So was he on commentary or was he just sideline reporter?
He did a little bit of both. I can't remember if he does commentary for this one or not.
On World Championship Wrestling, the Horsemen struck, and they struck.
Okay, if he's doing the play-by-play, this would be interesting.
I think we're going to take a look at that, and I know that's going to. I mentioned this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Arn is not with his fellow horsemen. Zabisco's in there. Arn is hurt, which disappoints me because I like Arn Anderson.
Will be in the war games tonight. He will not be at 100%, but he will be in the war games. We know that Arn Anderson is unable to wrestle in this contest, but he will be replaced by Larry Zbyszko. What difference will that make? Larry Zbyszko is a very.
So what's the history with Zbyszko?
He's just kind of a top heel.
Oh. Nothing else he's done since?
What's that?
Nothing else he's done since? Or?
He was an AWA champion. He would later on to become part of the Dangerous Alliance stable with Paul Heyman as a manager. That's another very underrated stable in my opinion.
Yeah.
With
now a very faint Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Hey, I couldn't even hear what the hell you said.
Let the war games begin.
Yeah. Okay, if Survivor Series doesn't have like the War Games pyro, I'll be a little pissed.
Survivor Series has
like
war
flares.
games with a without a roof, which is kind of lame in my opinion, but it's why it's good. Which is why as good as like the NXT War Games have been, like the fact that they've been without a roof have been like, that's not War Games. But back to Zbyszko, he's part of the Dangerous Alliance, a very underrated stable, which was managed by Paulie Dangerously, Paul Heyman. And it was Ravishing Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and a young up-and-comer at the time named Stunning Steve Austin.
Wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, I wonder. So he would do
Why
that.
is that cage bending? What?
To make room for, because it's got to be bent. It's two separate cages.
Oh, okay. I thought they would try like one gigantic cage. But
it's probably easier to two separate ones with like the little openings so they can secure it. Yeah.
True. Okay, so Jericho is calling this. That is very like short.
Well, here we go. Here's the rules for those that don't know the rules.
Okay. And that's at random.
At the end of the opening 5-minute period, the bell will sound. At that time, the head referee.
I was reading that.
The team winning the coin toss will send an additional 1 minute of battleground, thus giving that team a 2-on-1 advantage. That second 2-on-1 period lasts 2 minutes. At the end of that period, the other team sends in its second man, making it 2-on-2 for the next 2 minutes. When that period ends, the team which won the initial coin toss.
I kind of like this. They want something like just each team sends in one man at a time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, 3-on-3. Yeah. Like that's interesting.
The only way to win is by having someone on the other team surrender or submit. Pinfalls do not count. There are no countouts. No disqualification.
Boy, I wish they had like a giant Titantron to show these rules too. Feel bad for people who are like, I'm sorry, what were the rules again?
That was before there was really Titantrons anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there you go. There is no opening with a disqualification rule. Yeah.
Yep. Like the orchestra entrance they're doing. This is awesome. Camera cut. Thank you. Who would then bounce over to the WWF a year later?
Not even a year later. It'd be later on this year with the
Eh.
belt. Yeah. So, but later, back to Zabisco. He's part of the Dangerous Alliance. He kind of did some stuff with WCW, just kind of some mid Carter. Eventually became a commentator, and yeah.
What in the fuck is Sting wearing?
That's the red, white, and blue. I mean,
I could see that.
he wore that face painting outfit when he won his first world championship at the Great American Bash in 1990.
Okay, that's interesting. Rick and Scott. Boy, I can't wait for the two of them to have like the longest reigning tag team career ever.
They had a pretty
Right?
long, they had a pretty long one. They had a pretty long one.
I know, I know the joke, but
No, they had a very,
the Steiner brother turn is like one of my favorite heel turns of all time.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I would argue, personally, that I think the Steiner brothers are probably top 5 greatest tag teams of all time.
Oh, no doubt. So how come Rick Steiner never got a WWE contract?
Well, both the Steiner brothers were in the WWF in '93 and '94. They won the tag belts in the WWF together.
Okay, so
Scott just once he went on his own, just went to another level.
He's going for revenge. Yeah, this thing's underway, baby. I don't think Brian was. There isn't any choice.
and I guess Rick didn't just wanted to do his own thing, or just wanted to leave the ring. I guess.
No, he just kind of. Scott was just kind of Scott. He was, he had that new character and broke out as a big single star, and just, Scott was the guy.
Ooh, nice one.
You gotta remember, this is like, it's pretty innovative for the time. We didn't see a whole lot of this in 1991.
Yesterday, the horsemen struck. All 4 are flying Brian. Going up on the rope.
Boy, I hate for any wrestler who's like 7 foot to try to fight in there.
Well, you're gonna see that a little later with Sid Vicious.
Oh no. Oh jeez, I heard that.
Oh.
And miss. Okay, I'm literally gonna time this to see if they're actually like, true to their word. So let's say, what if a fan invaded and got into the cage? There's no ref to get them out.
I'm pretty sure all of the wrestlers would get into the ring to get them out. That'd be an extenuating circumstance.
Yeah.
He's come back, brother. He's here. He's alive. To the side. A flying Brian cannot be measured. Wait a minute. 3 minutes. 3 million in WCW. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh. What? Okay then. So after 5 minutes, they send a man into the ring.
Yes.
And then it's every minute, or was it every few minutes?
2 minutes.
Every 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. Every 2 minutes, the teams alternate, sending one person in until all 4 from each team are in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, for our lovely listeners, I'm in the complete different generation, and I think I've only seen like maybe one War game.
Yeah. See, the War Games was
from NXT.
The War Games was originally created
Actually, not counting the war games that we saw earlier with.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
the Dungeon of Doom versus the Hulkamaniacs. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
that ended in a disqualification.
yeah. But
Yeah.
um, no, the War Games originally created as essentially a way for all the baby faces to beat up the Horsemen, but the Horsemen to keep the belts. So like basically you got a way of seeing the Horsemen get their ass whipped, but then now you got the satisfaction of seeing Dusty and the Road Warriors and Nikita Koloff beat up Tully Arn, Rick, and Lex Luger, but still the Horsemen could keep all their belts and be able to still take those big money matches of Dusty chasing Flair, the Road Warriors chasing Arn and Tully, and Nikita chasing
So,
Lex. Still have those matches on you know around their touring loop and make money off of them.
and I guess there's an unwritten rule that neither side can just attack each other
I
from
mean,
that side of the cage.
there have been times where like it's broken down, but they just kind of
Yeah.
the referees sort of like keep them
Yeah.
separated and
AEW, we're looking at you.
yep. I know. Finally, in the '90s, they decided to change the format so they would remain backstage uh, to keep that
I
from
like
happening,
that
and
one
it made
better.
sense. Yeah, and it made sense. Like it was the NWO versus Team WCW, where they're like, "Hey, in order to keep the NWO from doing anything dirty like that, they're keeping the teams back."
Yeah. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Eh. Oh, great. They could have done the coin toss earlier, but
And as per usual, the heels win the coin toss.
oh, and we got Flair. Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually Flair's the last one. That's a shock. It's probably
Weird.
well, when you have Sid on your team, and he probably can't wrestle for a super long period of time. Maybe you should just and Flair can, so maybe it is better to just have Flair do it. I know Arn was hurt, but like in most war games, every war games match Arn Anderson was in, Arn started. That's why, because he was the enforcer. So when Arn wasn't hurt, Arn always started the war games. It was usually Arn and Dusty to start the war games. I wanted to watch one of those, but the classic Horseman versus Team Dusty matches are not on Peacock. Thanks a lot.
What? You're saying the entire WCW archive is not on Peacock?
No, not yet. They don't have those on there. I'm pretty sure that'll happen eventually, but yeah, it kind of.
Looks like we'll need to get the DVDs then.
We might have to.
Yeah. So, folks, if you wish to help me start a GoFundMe to fly to St. Louis area, help us out.
Yep, so we can watch all the war games.
There you go. And CJ can watch her favorite wrestler, Ricky Hogan.
Well, I don't think Hogan wasn't in those early ones, so she'll probably be on board to watch the Horseman and Dusty.
Yeah. Or Hulk Starks. Sting, that's not. You can. Okay. He's like trying to like rip open the door and it's still chained up.
This is interesting because usually, they have Sting coming in early. Usually they don't have the two big stars. Yeah, that's not knocking anybody else on the team. But usually they don't have the two, the big one. But let's be real, the big ones are Sting and Flair. Usually don't have them start, so.
I just thought of a copyright infringement joke. So, exposed pro wrestling seekers, the All-American boy, he stole Sting's gimmick.
He probably did.
He kind of did. Which, Folks, please let us know if you want us to watch that for a Geeking Out podcast.
I'd rather not because I've seen it before and it just pisses me off.
You could be allowed the alcohol, and I can just drink my pop. Like I've watched it like halfway, and I'm just like, it's hard to watch, but it's still also entertaining for us to suffer.
Made me lose a lot of respect for Norbert Beaver / Salem the Cat, listening to him downplay wrestling like that.
He's just a damn narrator.
Still.
I also didn't grow up with Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
How about Angry Beavers?
No.
Okay.
To me, and no disrespect, it just felt like it looked like a chick show to me.
Angry Beavers?
No, Sabrina.
Oh, okay. So you can watch Angry Beavers. Angry Beavers was great.
I don't even know what that other show was.
It was a Nicktoon.
Oh, Nicktoon. Okay. Well, keep in mind, Canada unfortunately did not have a thing called Nickelodeon or Disney Channel. We had Family Channel, which was basically Disney Channel Canada.
We had the Family Channel too.
And anyways. Oh yeah, and I guess Nickelodeon, that was a nice one. And our Nickelodeon was called YTV, the Y for Youth TV. And my God, do I have so many childhood memories from YTV.
I did learn that you didn't have MTV, you had Much Music.
Yes, and Much is still amazing. Because even though they've kind of distanced themselves away from music, they still show value for it.
Yeah.
Oh, literally.
And you don't have ESPN, you had TSN.
And at least with TSN, we actually talk about sports.
Oh, yeah, I don't like ESPN. I remember the one time I was in Toronto, like, it was on TSN. Like, that was what we watched. Oh, that was like what our hotel room channel was on, was
we
TSN.
Don't have not just... And we didn't have not just one, not two, but we had 3 sports channels. We had TSN, Sportsnet, and before they became everybody's favorite app, The Score. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, The Score was a television channel before Sportsnet bought them, and it turned into SN360, which is what WWE's broadcasted on.
I remember watching Raw on TSN in Canada.
Yeah, I've had my way of sneaking to watch WWF before parents come down and be like, gotta turn the channel off. And yet, I was a heavy viewer of Robot Wars because they'd rather have me watch robotic violence than people violence. And it was fucking worth it.
Well, this is probably one of those matches
and
where
that's
they'd be
also
like...
how we discovered Mick Foley was through Robot Wars.
I'm going to say this might be, with all the blood you're seeing in this match, this might be one of those matches where they're like, yeah, this was too violent if you would have been around in the 1991.
Yeah, time. Oh.
I bet you Flair's going to bleed soon.
Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, okay. So true story, it was back in grade 11 for, I think this was for media, I think, yeah, that we were going to, this was a choice if any of us wanted to do a studio tour of MTV Canada. I refused big time because, my God, I would not have good things to say about them. Yeah. And sadly, I didn't own a t-shirt that said, I want my MTV. Which now it's mostly just, I want my M, not the TV.
Jeez.
So, where are we now? I guess Sid's
last? They're Sid's last for the Horsemen, Scott's last for Sting's team.
Okay.
So,
Where is Sid going? Oh,
After Rick Steiner.
I hope Sid doesn't jump. 'Cause, oh my god.
God, look at all the blood around the ring already. And remember, this is 1991. This is before, Hell in a Cell. This is
I was gonna say, wait,
before.
didn't ECW, they weren't not yet founded until like 93 or something?
Uh, yeah, ECW itself is like 92, and it's kind of its early incarnation.
Now, why didn't they do their own version of like a war game?
They did.
Except, okay.
Yeah, they didn't do two rings, but they had like a sort of match like War Games. Pretty well every promotion's had like their version of War Games because it's just a tried and true formula.
Well, I mean, AIW, we have an absolute intense match, which is it basically turns Extreme Rules into a 12.
God, you see the blood on the cage.
Jesus fuck.
I don't know if that's just the
Like, where
face.
the
I
fuck am
don't know if Sting's bleeding or if that's just the face paint smear. I'll have to get a better look at Sting.
No, it was blood. Oh, Concussion City.
Unfortunately.
Was Sid trying to pin?
Yeah, he might have. Sid
Okay.
Sid wasn't the brightest bulb in the
Clearly. I love how they're holding him back. There it is.
Not the brightest crayon in the box, not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
So the match is official now.
Yes, now it's submit or surrender.
Why didn't we hear the bell then?
I don't know. Yeah, they should have it.
Ding, ding, ding.
But yeah, now is when the match. Now it is submit or surrender.
Hey, we can hear you guys coordinating. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Sid. I love everything about this match, but Sid.
We can hear you. Shut up. I hear like Scorpion, submit.
And you're going to have a shining moment of Sid's idiocy in this match.
Define idiocy.
You will see. This match is great except for, like, Sid. In my opinion. I've seen this match twice. It was on the Brian Pillman DVD I bought in high school.
Aw. Before or after his death?
After. I'm not,
Oh,
that, I'm not that old.
I'm just asking.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. He passed away in 97, and I bought it in 2006, my senior year of high school. So, yeah, I was wasn't that old.
First wrestling DVD that I forget whether I bought this or if this was a gift, but it was Rey Mysterio, the Biggest Little Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a figure four party.
And what I first chose to watch was, oh wow.
Fuck the super kick party. Here's a figure four party.
But yeah, I think the first match I chose to watch was
I actually like that.
It was Vengeance. It was Mysterio and Eddie versus the Brasham brothers.
Now I will. I've been ragging on Sid. I like that spot of him. Like he's in the figure four, but he like turned around and tried to get. Was beating up Rick to get Rick to quit applying his figure four to Wyndham. I like that. I like that. That was a good spot. I like that.
Oh, let's grind them. God, I hope that cage isn't tiny for Survivor Series.
Well, it doesn't have a roof in WWE. Remember? Maybe. Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
I keep forgetting that. It's like it just looks cooler with a roof.
Yeah, because there is no escape. Now I will say this:
like unless they're gonna put like barbed wire on the top.
Triple H has complete autonomy now, so that might change. I don't think it will, but Triple H is the one that likes war games. He was the one that wanted to bring it in, and Vince just didn't want to because Vince hated the idea. So Triple H got to do it in NXT.
Oh, and yet we got like steel cage and Hell in a Cell.
He didn't like Vince didn't like the 2 rings idea. That's why Vince didn't like it.
What about one gigantic ring?
No, he didn't like. Vince didn't like that. Vince just kind of like. He just didn't like it. He's Vince McMahon. He didn't like that. I mean, that's kind of, I wish I had a better, more logical way of putting it, but I don't.
It's not good shit.
I don't think he thought it was good shit. No, I don't think he would find this to be good shit.
Oof. That's a minor injury?
Compared to what we've seen just far, yes. That's what he said. Getting poked in the eye is a minor injury compared to, like, some of the bleeding. Like that fucking blood spot you see on the side of the cage right there.
Yeah. Hey, careful. You might kill him. Is he biting? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, there's no blood on him.
It's a different time, okay? It's a different time.
And I would love to know the parents that made their kids watch this and without realizing there'd be this much blood. Or kids who got invited to like a pay-per-view party or whatever. And parents unknowingly unbeknownst to watching it. That is awesome.
Okay. This might be the spot I was talking about. Yep, here it is.
Okay, let's see. Oh no.
Brian Pillman got legitimately hurt there. So that if that wasn't bad enough, yeah, Brian Pillman got legitimately hurt right there. So what does Sid do when he just essentially breaks a man's neck?
Are you serious? No, he's not gonna do this.
Does the fucking move again? A little safer this time, but still.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's a shining moment of Sid Dizzy. He breaks Brian Pillman's neck.
Oh, who do we have here?
That's El Gigante, who would later become Giant Gonzalez.
Whose side is he on?
He was a babyface. He was a former Atlanta Hawks player that got hurt, so Ted Turner brought him into WCW. And
there's no way.
He's surrendering because Brian Pillman is legitimately hurt.
Patrick has declared the match over. We'll call Slam Break and I continue the winner's
Brian, look at Brian Pillman. He is fucked right now. And now they're having fucking Giant Gonzalez carry him the fuck out instead of a stretcher.
Now even everybody's confused. Like, what?
Yeah, so the match is like kind of had to be stopped because Pillman got fucked. Yeah, there it is. There's the botch.
Oh my god! Oh. So how? You know, I'm gonna ask when we're finished.
So yeah, this was I don't know if I don't know if it was planned for uh I know it was planned for the Horsemen to win, but I don't know if that was they just called this spot on the fly because Pillman was fucked or what happened. But yeah, that
And everyone just bolting for the exits.
It's chaos down here, to say the least. I'm not sure how much time we have left on our broadcast. You stop the match.
It's a pay-per-view. You don't have a time limit.
yeah, they do. They have to answer paper company's time limit. All In had to. All In almost went off the air because stuff went long. That remember
Thanks,
remember
Umbrella Man.
yeah remember like
I remember.
Matt Jackson saying like, yeah, we ended that with like seconds to spare.
I remember.
Yeah, so yeah, pay-per-views, they got to hit their time constraints.
I know the blues and the agony that's going on now. Brian Pillman put up a tremendous fight. There was no other choice. I don't believe. What the big old giant did. Boy,
You know, Dusty, you could explain things without moving your hands a lot.
That's Dusty, baby.
All right.
Yeah. He Dusty without moving his hands, not Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Moments ago, and take a very quick look at what happened when Nikita Koloff presented Lex Luger for the United States.
So,
What?
yeah, that is
this?
I understand the tape is not
the tape is not quite ready yet.
What in the actual hell is happening?
They're calling stuff on the fly because dumbass Sid fucked Brian Pillman's world up.
Koloff said 4 years ago that Lex Luger took the championship. He stole the championship from him. I remember that match. I don't remember any secrets going on. I think Lex Luger had
Hurry up so I can finish Office Space.
Well, we can call this an episode right now because we've watched the match. We
You
have
know what?
watched.
Yeah. Is there really? There's like 2 minutes. What could happen in 2 minutes? I'm paused it. I'm done.
Yeah. So there you go. There was a legitimate War Games match. What did you think about a Dusty Rhodes booked War Games match besides the botch and the finish that fucked everything up?
This is the match that people say is the greatest War Games of all time.
Or it's
Are you sure this was not a trick?
No, it was that. That's the one that got the highest star, and of all the ones that are available, it was a lot better than I'll take it over the NXT ones any day. I think the NXT ones are really overrated, personally, but that's also because they're not War Games matches. They're just
True.
like
I mean, the action pace was like not bad. It's just that ending was stupid.
I don't think they had a choice.
Yeah, obviously. So
But like,
probably.
the action up until then was good, and I think that's how people rate
And
it.
I
It's
do
just
hope like Sid got like reprimanded.
oh, he didn't.
Okay.
Sid would.
He didn't.
Sid's a can of worms, brother, and I don't think we got enough time on this one to open up the can of worms on old Sid.
All right. Well, we could save that for the next time we watch Nitro then. Or actually, wait, no, this would be like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah, this is a long time before now. This is before this is even before Bischoff was in the company.
In charge. Oh.
Yeah, or at least it was before he was in charge. I don't know if he was even just an announcer because he was an announcer and then he became the president. But I don't know if this was. I don't even know if Eric was in the company by this point. But yeah, that was. Yeah, that was War Games. That was War Games 1991, the highest rated War Games match from Dave Meltzer. That was a legitimate War Games with a roof and disqualification for leaving stipulation.
Lovely.
There's probably some ones that at least don't have like an awkward ending because somebody getting dropped on their head and then fucking power bombed again. That
Yeah.
that is just what gets me. Is just like, and then he does it again. But yeah, especially from Pillman, the action you see was very innovative for the time. With him essentially using the top of the cage like a monkey bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is War Games from WrestleWar 1991. That was it's not my favorite War Games, but it's definitely up there. Wish we could have done a classic one with the Horsemen versus Dusty's team, but we gotta wait for that to be uploaded to Peacock, or just get the DVD that they released in 2013.
I think we'll do the DVD.
Yeah. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And let us know if there's any other legendary matches that you'd like for us to watch.
Please recommend us matches to watch. I'll take that.
What I would really like to do in the future, and we got to find a way to get these DVDs to EZ so we can do them, is watch a lot of the old school All Japan wrestling with Kobashi and Misawa and Kawada and Akiyama and a guy we recently saw. I saw him on pay-per-view. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. But DVDs cost money.
So send us your money.
We will not spend it on drugs. We'll spend it on DVDs. All right.
And
So
also our trips.
yes. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.